It's Chris here with your fishing forecast for April 30th. We're already at the end of the month and looking forward to May. Trout opener this past weekend was fantastic both for steelhead and for resident trout, and we're also looking forward to some other seasons coming up in the very near future here. So we're into May. May is a month of plenty. We have trout, we have steelhead, we have pike, we have bass, we have crappie, other kinds of panfish, walleye, all kinds of fun stuff to fish for. Pike opens in Zone 20, that is Lake Ontario, this Saturday. So coming up real soon, we're gonna have some great opportunity for post-spawn pike. This is a great time of year to get into very large fish, very close to shore, as those fish will still be hanging around near where they spawned. So you don't even necessarily need a boat. If you grab a pair of waders and wade some shallow areas of the lake, you can often find these fish. Of course, if you do have a canoe, a kayak, anything like that that can get you into some other areas, then your chances are even better at finding these fish. So great opportunities there. Our Zone 16 pike opener is just behind that in Georgian Bay as well. So lots of pike action coming at you very soon. That's great. We also have our preseason bass season that's about to wrap up in Lake Ontario. We have just a week and a bit left in that season. This is a great chance to get into some huge smallmouth and largemouth that often go deep and are hard to find through the summer months. So if you can get out there in some of those shallow sort of pre-spawn zones in Lake Ontario, there is a cool opportunity to do a bit of that. And then, of course, trout. So this past weekend, we had trout opener. It was a great opener. Definitely an interesting one in the way that different rivers were in very different sort of stages, depending on where you were. So common thread was that there were fish everywhere, definitely worth being out there and fishing. But some rivers quite low, others actually still quite high from the rain last week. Some rivers pretty warm, some fairly cold. So definitely fishing was varied, and we can definitely point you toward certain rivers if you're looking for one type of fishing versus the next, say nymphing versus swinging, dropbacks versus fresh fish. We have some insight into that, but really great opener this past weekend. It does look like temperatures are cooling down after that unseasonably hot weekend that we had, which should hopefully keep some of those steelhead around a little longer, maybe into mid-May. However, don't wait because they will start dropping out soon, so definitely get out there while you can. When it comes to resident trout, we had a really good resident trout opener as well. Rivers were in great shape with lots of water. We have some decently warm temperatures in the not too distant future that will start getting those bugs going. So right now, your main hatch is probably more blue-winged olives than anything, maybe some midges, and depending on where you are on the rivers, maybe some Hendricksons. You might need a little bit more sun on the rivers before we really start seeing big hatches of those and the sulfurs behind them. But definitely, long story short, bugs in the forecast coming at you very soon. Until we start seeing better hatches though, definitely nymphs are gonna work really well, as will streamers. If you're nymphing, larger nymphs, think pheasant tails, hare's ears, Frenchies, anything with a little hot spot on it, given that the water is up this year, will work really well to get stood out. And then don't forget about eggs. Everyone forgets about eggs. For resident trout are very good. We have a lot of suckers. They drop eggs this time of year. Anything light yellow, typically really good for those fish. And then of course worms. Everyone's sick of hearing worms, but worms work so well in the spring you cannot ignore them, and they will turn a lot of big fish for you. So definitely fish a lot of those as well. As always, if you need any advice on where to go this weekend or what to fish, get in touch with us. We'll be happy to help you out. Good luck.